So Roblox just added something great called feature packages, which are fully functional and customizable features that you can drag and drop into your experience. And these are really easy to set up, and most importantly, they are also free. And I'm going to overview them in this video. So as usual, leave a like and subscribe to support the channel, and let's just get to it. So right now there are only two packages. There is a bundle package as well as a mission package as well, which firstly I'm just going to show how you can get. And you get them from this Devforum post, which is going to be linked down in the description. And I'm going to overview all of this in a later part of the video. But here you have the previews of the bundle as well as the mission packages, and how you get them is basically from all of these links right here. Now right here there is a package core, which is a required component to run the packages, which you get them from this link right here. And I'm just going to open this in a new tab. And under the bundle package, we do the same for this link, and for the mission package, again we press on the link under the files. And now I'm just going to go to these links, where right here we have the feature package core. And make sure that this is the proper one by Luakau, because some people might actually try to make different versions of this, which could be maybe a virus or something else, so yeah, just don't risk it. But anyway, what do you want to do for all of these files? You just want to press on the get model button. But I already have this in my inventory. But after getting the core component, we want to go to the bundle package and again press on the get model button and do the same for the missions as well. And after basically getting all of them, right now we can go back into Roblox Studio. And if I just refresh my models, I'm going to have the core, the bundles and the missions under my inventory in Toolbox. So let me just insert all of them into the workspace. And now if you don't know what all of these icons means, I recommend watching my videos on packages. But now, how do we actually use these bundles? And it's just as simple as dragging them into the replicated storage. And again, make sure that you have the core folder, because the framework is not going to work without it. But now to showcase them, I'm just going to do a playtest. And I think that something maybe broke a little bit, so hold on, give me a second. Maybe if I just try to update all. Okay, yeah, now it seemed to work. With a bit of different events, but this one we can just share access. This is from a different script, and I've apparently sent too many requests. So yeah, basically just to fix all of this, again, you just have to update all of these packages. But yeah, right here we have a starter bundle, which gives you an axe, a shield, and a infinity sword, where you even have a discount that you can of course press on, and it's just going to prompt you with again more errors. So hold on, let me just restart this again. Experience needs access to assets. Brother, which assets? Anyway, yeah, these packages, they seem to use a lot of external assets, where if you run into any errors like this, you just press on them and then just share access, and after that it should be working. And also you can see that the time of the starter bundle is actually going to update. So let me just try on purchasing it again, and this actually comes with different sound effects too. But yeah, now I purchased the item successfully, and you can see that the pack actually disappeared. And again, I need to grant access to this audio. But yeah, that was the basic bundle, and now let me go to the missions. So in the missions we have a minutely skills that we can claim, and we have to complete different quests to basically just go to the other ones. But apparently jumping doesn't work properly, because I seem to complete the walking, or maybe wait, I completed a different walking where this one actually failed. But yeah, except all of these warnings and errors that you get, it seems to be working kind of properly. But what you need to remember is that the missions is still in beta, so it wouldn't be too good to use it in live production games yet. But continuing, for these quests, you also have different rewards, as well as the progress bar and the time, where I don't know if this one is actually indicating, for example, how much time you spend on a quest or how much time you have for that quest. But yeah, overall it seems to be pretty alright. And again, let me just gain access, never mind. Let me just actually go over the scripts and tell you how you can customize the bundle and the mission. And if it comes to the customization, you are even going to have the bundle package on the creator hub, which has a lot of information of, for example, creating bundles that cost inexperienced money, where you need to implement it in the core, configs, then currencies. And this basically just needs this field of the display name, and you have an optional symbol and an icon, where later you could set the pricing of the item to be an inexperienced item that costs 79 gems. And you also need to reference the bundles example script to call the set inexperienced purchase handler. But then under the defining bundles, here you have an example product. and a manual configuration of the item details with the item type, price, the icon and the metadata, and a script of the entire starter bundle, which I'm actually just going to show in Roblox Studio right now. So if I go to the bundles, then the config and the bundle script, I'm going to have basically all of this information, and these comments that are explaining to me that if I wanted to use currency instead of a dev product, I would basically just set it up like this. So let me maybe actually do this, where I would need to go to the core, then config and the currencies. And this is a source of truth list of all inexperienced currencies known by the feature package. And we already have this example set right here, but I'm just going to copy and paste this right here. And if I go to the config in the bundles and then to this bundle right here, I'm going to have the starter bundle variable. And this is the main thing that we basically just want to focus on, where we want to change the pricing from the marketplace to beyond inexperience and then get a lot of highlights. And that's because we need to set few variables. One is going to be the price, and another one is going to be the currency ID, and the last one is going to be the icon. And then remove the dev product ID because we don't need it for the inexperienced currencies. Where now if I were to do a playtest, this is going to cost gems instead of Robux. And then you'd also have to display the icons to probably not be Robux, but to be honest this framework is kind of confusing and I haven't really found a way to actually modify this without having like 50 different errors. So I'm just going to move into the missions. And in the missions, we again are going to have the configs, where right here we have the categories of the minutely. So if you wanted the quest to be hourly, I would simply just change this to, well, 600 seconds. And this is going to be 1 hour. Then I would have to go to the missions, then the config, then the missions, and change the minutely into hourly. And the category ID is going to be hourly, and the display name for this minutely walking can be hourly walking as well. Where if I do a playtest now and go to the missions, right now I'm going to have hourly, but for some reason it actually went only into 8 minutes, but I'm going to have the hourly walking that I can actually just claim. Oh, and I'm actually done because I just realized that 600 seconds is 10 minutes, so this should be actually 3600, where now it's going to be an actual hour. But now what if I wanted to add a general or an hourly mission? Well, I would simply need to do a lot of changes to already existing scripts. And that would again be in the mission script under the missions config and the missions, where I could just copy this mission and instead of walking, I could change this to, for example, just punching. But this is going to be a general mission where the display name is going to be get 100 punches, and the main thing that we are going to change again is going to be the task, where this is not going to be a descent, this is going to be a punch, and this is going to be a count task type, and this will need 100 gold count. And the counter ID is going to be punch again. And I'm going to remove the expire seconds. So if I just do a playtest now, this is just going to add get 100 punches with a punch progress bar. But how do we actually add a punch value to this bar now? And here is where you have to customize some of the server logic, which is going to be stored in the server folder, where first I will need to look at this missions folder, mostly on this function on line 594, which is a function that adds a progress to a task. So here on the player added, I could simply just do a while task wait 1 do, and this is where you would be implementing a different server logic by simply making a reference to the script and using this add progress to task. But I'm just going to do it right here since we are already going to have the player. So I would need to do mission that add progress to task for the player, the mission ID, which we get from these missions, from the missions config and the missions. And a little quick note, this should be a different name than the server missions, since this can get kind of confusing. But anyway, this punching is going to be the mission ID, then the task ID is going to be the punch, and the value that you can give it is going to be, for example, just 1. So if I were to do a playtest now and just open my missions, you can see that my punches are actually increasing every second. And again, to do this I had to use like 50% of my brain, but anyway, let's just maybe cover the reward now. Since the jumping, for example, has item 1 and item 2 as coins, so I'm just going to do the same. And we do this the same as in every other example by just having a reward table, which is stored in the metadata. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it in here. So right now we are just going to have the rewards of the icon and the display name of the item. So again, I'm going to do a playtest, and right now the punching actually has coins. So well, I'm just going to wait for this to end, and here we have completed the punch. So I'm just going to press on the claim reward, and this printed out that Paul completed a mission of punching. And get 100 punches is actually complete. So yeah, I'm a little bit tired from this framework. It's really easy to implement, but not so easy to customize. But anyways, let me just go to the Devforum post right now, where here we have, well, this post of announcing feature packages. So again, this is going to be basically what I already went over, but with a little bit more information, where a Roblox staff is saying that these features are basically a solution if you have assets that you build over and over again in different projects, that you can also easily implement between them, and explaining that these feature packages are fully functional, customizable features that you can drag and drop into your experience and get up and running quickly. And these packages come with functional backend code for minimal engineering work, meaning that everything works on the go, default user interface that can be customized to fit your experience's aesthetics, then a built-in game design and UI UX best practices, and funnel analytics and insights. And these best practices, for example, include a highlighted object on a discount, indicating to user that this is, for example, a really good deal, as well as an easy navigation in the interface itself, displaying the time of the offer, and so on. And again, two packages are available for implementation today, from the bundle pack to the mission package for creating quest systems. And also you have all of the stuff that's included in these packages right here, but there is no reason to show them again. And here they are saying that a third season pack package will be available for testing in the coming weeks, and even more packages will follow. So if anything is updated from this post, I'm either going to put links in the description or maybe in like a pinned comment. But continuing, although packages are currently only available in the Creator Store, we plan to open source current and future packages on GitHub early next year, so that the developer community can iterate and share improvements. So they're just going to make like a public repository, where people can, for example, open threads, pass changes, and even make forks. And they are looking forward to seeing what you can come up with. And they also ask for feedback and ideas, so I can leave them under this Devforum post. But now here you have the package core, which is a required component for all of this to basically work. And this is the shared library that all packages use. These files are required to implement bundle, mission, and future packages. And again, here you have the files. Now, these videos present basically the same thing that I did, where the person is just drag and dropping the folders and basically just showing the interface. And this is an information on why it would be, for example, good to use these bundles in your experience. Then the files resources and the mission package, which is basically the same thing. And that's basically everything for the Devforum post too. And that's also going to mark the end of this video. So yeah, that's going to be everything for today. So again, leave a like and subscribe to support the channel. Also check out my Patreon page. Thanks everyone for watching, hope you had a nice day, and see ya guys.